an epidemic of gun violence in our country right now. Now I'd like you to meet the founder of Mothers Against Gangs, Francis Sandoval. In 1985, Francis' son Arthur was killed by gang members in broad daylight out in front of his school. Sitting next to her is Jose. He says that he is not a gang member, but he carries a gun to school for protection from the gangs. Jose, why would you resort to carrying a gun?
Because these guys control all the schools.
So you're not, let me get you the profile on you right. You are not a member of a gang.
No.
You're not into violence.
No.
You don't do drugs.
No.
Pretty good student in school.
All right.
Okay, so in other words, here is your average student. You're carrying a gun because you're afraid that they have guns, or you know that they have guns, and that's your only protection.
Yeah. Nobody else is going to protect me from them. The police, no teachers. Protect myself.
Your son was murdered in 1985. Good kid. I mean, I know you loved him because he was your son, but he was a good kid. Not in trouble with the law. Not a member of gangs.
No.
That's all correct. Okay. Good kid. He got killed how?
He was stabbed to death approximately 3 o'clock in the afternoon. A boulevard gang had been intimidating, assaulting children on a corner for months. And to the voices that went unheard of the parents and of that community who asked that a police squad car be placed there when the children got out of school, those voices were not heard. Arthur was going through that area. I believe that someone's child was going to die there. They claimed the person, not they, well, they were they, because as far as I'm concerned, the individual who took his life said, I made a mistake, I thought it was someone else.
Would you, knowing what happened to your son and knowing what his response is, another good kid, would you now have, if your son was still living, pray God he was, would you say to your son, maybe you ought to carry a gun to school as well?
No, I would not, Jerry. I do believe then in 1985 when Arthur was murdered, not that any other children had not died by the school steps, I would have said to my son to go to someone responsible, to go to an administrator and tell them what is occurring out there. But that wasn't the problem. The problem was what we're seeing, and it's still occurring. Here's a young man, not only here in Chicago, but throughout the country. A young man who is trying to get an education, who's participating in school so that he can become a productive citizen of this country. And yet we as adults, we have failed them.
We have failed. So in the meantime, should he carry a gun to school?
No.
Are you afraid here now, with them here?
No.
You're not afraid of them now?
Nope.
Why not?
Because we're in public.
You're gonna be in the public too when I get you.
Yeah. What are you? Well, what kind of stuff is that? Why would you threaten him?
Well,
what has he done to you?
It's not mainly to him or anybody. It don't matter if you're in the public. All the killings get done in the public. Everybody turns their face. You can go to an administrator. You can go to a school teacher. School teacher gonna close their door.
Do you hear what he's saying? Do you hear what he's saying?
You're gonna say that there's a guy standing out there with a 9mm on him. Help me, teacher. What is he going? He's gonna slam his door.
Do you hear what?
I ain't going out there.
Do you hear what he's saying? I hear two voices in this man who sits there and talks about life and death, like.
Because I've been through life and death.
I understand that, but listen to him. He's saying the truth here. The truth is, the school has failed him. As long as those gang members who are in there, who have no regard for human life, and are allowed to be in there and to bully, and to walk around and intimidate the majority of the children who go to those schools, then they have failed. Those administrators are the ones that have failed.
They have failed. Then what do we do? What do we do? You're in charge.
You can't do nothing.
You're in charge. What do we do with these guys? I mean, because honestly, they're not huge guys. They're not particularly strong. They're just regular-looking guys. When they have a gun, they're strong. But you know what?
It don't take that much power to pull the trigger.
That's exactly the point. So there's nothing special about you. You guys aren't that tough. The truth is, you're not tough. What makes you tough is you got a finger that can pull a trigger.
You might not think we're tough, but I don't see you standing on the street corner.
Do I?
You might not think we're tough, but I guarantee you won't last on the street corner.
Yeah. Well, go join the
Right,
crowd
because
of
you
all
was
the
raised with a silver spoon in your mouth, I guess. Back to your days, like
This
you
ain't
said.
got nothing to
it's
do
short
with
Let me
silver
tell you,
spoon.
the
And his
only
day coming to
reason I'd be
school-
afraid of you, and I believe that lots of people in this world can beat me up. Probably, in fact, all the kids here in the audience could beat me up. That isn't the point. The only reason I'd be afraid of you is because you'd be stupid enough to carry a gun. But you know
No,
what?
stupid.
I
That's
can
not
take
stupid.
this.
That's protecting myself.
No.
Like I said, you
I
don't
can
live in
take
our
this
neighborhoods.
kid. I
You
can
don't
take
know.
this kid, this child, this young boy here, okay? And he's strong enough at his age and his size. He's strong enough to pull a trigger
right.
and kill you. So
That's
the
right.
point is that you're no tougher than he is.
That's right.
As long as you got a finger, you're tough. So then what's the big deal? Why don't you try and live a life in the meantime? You're not going to be tougher than
Because
anybody
it's too
else.
late to live a life.
Jerry, you asked me what I would do.
Yes.
And let me
You're
tell
in charge.
you, I'll tell you is three things I would do. One, it would be total non-negotiable in any school. There would be no children who would be intimidated by him or any other gang member who walked into a school. They would be allowed to intimidate and allowed to stay in that school. Two, I would make sure that there was a citywide policy set up to address kids who bring in guns in our school so that there are severe repercussions. When a child walks into school with a gun and he is found with the gun, at this moment that we speak here in Chicago, there is no citywide policy in effect other than 2 or 3 day suspension. It's obvious that that child has a
And
problem.
this guy is going to say, and then we got to take a break. But this guy is any three of these fellas are going to say, "Oh, gee, teacher, you're going to take away my gun?" You know, they're not paying attention to that. They laugh at us.
See,
You know,
but
you can have
Jerry,
all the policies you
they're-
want. They're going to hold on to their
they-
guns.
they're-
I don't know
If they're
the
willing to
teachers have
die,
guns
why are they
on
going to
us.
listen to the
Okay,
teachers?
they're at the
It's
point.
scary.
They're
I
at
don't
the
know if the
point.
teachers
They're
don't
at the
carry
point
guns
right
on
now.
them.
They're at the point right now. They're a minority, not a majority. The person that's talking right now, he's a coward. He's a cop out because you know why?
Right.
He said it point blank that he doesn't care about his mother or his daughter because you know what? When he's dead, you don't breathe, you don't smell, you don't feel. But you left your daughter so she could grow up.
So she
and
can
who
breathe and
knows
smell
whose
and feel.
hands as an orphan, and you left your mother for the rest of her life so she could sit and weep and in grief while you lay 6 feet
My
under the
mother
ground.
wasn't
You are a
standing on the
coward.
street corner with me. I was.
Okay. Our studio audience is filled with kids who have all been caught in the crossfire of violent crimes, and they're going to get their chance to confront these gang members when we come back. Please don't go away. Hi, I'm Jerry Springer. Do you find yourself calling a psychic or a psychic network just to get through the day? Do you know someone who does? Well, call us at 1-800-29-JERRY. We have spent time so far in having you describe to us what your feelings are, why you act the way you do. I want to find out about who you are as a person. I understand what you're saying is you don't care about living and dying. You don't care about people being killed. I want to know how you got there. Do you have parents?
Yes,
Still
I do.
alive?
Yes.
You said you have your mom. Your dad's still around?
My dad's locked up.
What's your dad locked up for?
I don't know.
When did your dad leave home, or did he?
I was around 7.
So you grew up basically with your mom raising you.
Right.
Other brothers? You have a sister.
I have 2 brothers and 2 more sisters.
What was life like at home? Violent?
Basically, in the neighborhood, it was very violent. You know.
Your mom strict?
It was she was very strict. It was very gang infested. You know, I mean, you walk out the front door, you got 10 to 15 gang members standing in front of your doorway, you know. You just get brought up into the way of life.
Did your mom?
From the way you live.
Did your mom ever say, "I want you to stay away from those"?
Yeah, she's always said, until this day, she still says, "Why don't you get out the game?"
What was your home like?
My home was just like a typical home, you know. Mom tries to raise us. It's hard as one parent, you know, on welfare. You know, they don't give too much money. She got 5 kids. What is she supposed to do? You know, shop at Anvit's for her clothes?
Your mom drink?
No, she doesn't.
You drink?
No, I don't. I don't do any drugs.
Okay.
Never did.
You love your mom?
Yes, I do very much.
So when your mom says, "Honey, I don't want you out there in the gangs," you said to your mom, "I love you very much, but go to hell," or what?
No, I tell her, "Ma, I love you very much, Ma, but you gotta understand that this is the life I chose to live, and when I'm ready to get out of it, I'll get out of it. But until then, I'm just not ready yet."
Your situation the same?
Yeah, I live at home with my mother.
No dad?
No dad.
Do you know who your dad is?
Nah.
Is your dad around?
Nope.
I'm trying to see if there's a common denominator here.
It is. It's basically, it's you can ask almost any gang member if their dad was around. And I guarantee you're going to get 90% that the mother had to raise them. That's how it is, because the mother can't do it all by herself. She got 6 or 7 kids, 4 boys, 2 girls. You try to control 4 boys in a gang-infested area. It ain't going to happen.
So this is, in other words, not having a male role model at home, not having a dad to look up to. You got to become the man of the house. And the only way you can show that you're the man of the house is by carrying a big gun and being tough in the neighborhood?
See, it goes, I've been gang banging for 10 years. It goes like this. In the 83s and 84s, you used to fight with fists. 86, 87, you fought with bats and sticks. When the 90s hit, they used the gap. So you just got to go with the flow. You ain't going to bring a knife to a gunfight, are you?
I'm not sure I'd show up at the fight. I'd find something else to do.
Like I said,
My mama raised me by herself.
what?
Pardon
My
me?
mama raised me by herself.
He said his mother raised him by
So
herself.
how many are you?
2.
2, that's it. My
But
mother
still,
had
that ain't got
5.
nothing to do with.
5. The difference is you got 5,
But
not
still.
2.
She can find a job,
You know, when
Difference
do we
is what
stop?
kind of
Wait,
environment
who's
you
gonna
grew
watch
up in.
5 kids for her?
find a
Who's gonna
babysitter.
watch 5? Who's gonna watch 5?
You're not,
man?
you know,
You crazy. You,
you know,
wouldn't
how
wanna watch
much
me when I was a kid.
how much do you want us to cry for you? I mean,
Man, I don't need you to cry for me. Ain't
Ain't
nobody
no
said
shit.
to
We
cry
didn't
for
come
me.
here for sympathy, all right?
I didn't come for
well,
sympathy.
yes,
I
because
come
you're
to let you know
making an
what the streets
excuse.
is
You're
about.
making an excuse. You're saying the reason you are the way you are is because your mom had it tough raising 5 kids. There are a lot of people right here in this
A lot of
studio
people right here in the studio
who
may
have
be gang members and
single
you
parents,
don't know it.
who have single parents raising them, They don't join gangs. They don't go around killing people. You know, everybody has it tough. Don't say, gee, I had it tough, therefore it's okay that I kill people.
My mother has 5 kids, and my aunt has 8, and not one of her kids are in the game.
Not yet, they ain't.
Well, it is hard for a single parent to raise tough kids because my mom only got 2, and it's me and my little brother, and I'm the girl, and that came out, and I was in a gang.
You were in a gang.
Yeah.
What was the attraction of the gang?
I just liked it being around. I used to make my money.
Did
There
you,
you go.
And seeing myself young making money, I liked it.
how'd you make money?
Selling
love
drugs.
Selling drugs. Are you still in the gang?
No. Well, yeah, I still associate with them.
Do you, I know you're making money doing this. You know it's against the law. But if I tell you that, you laugh. Is it worth any older person telling you, you know, you're not supposed to do that, you're going to wind up either dead or with needle marks in your arm, or you just, you know, this is your one chance on earth and you're going to blow your life? If somebody says that to you, do you just say, the guy's out to lunch?
I'll just look at them, say thanks, but ain't this the life I choose? If I like being out here making money, well, I just be out here making money.
Because it's for free.
Is there any point you're going to give it up?
Well, I'm thinking about giving it up because it is hard because I got to be every day watching my back. And I don't feel too good about it. Me being a girl, can't be going anywhere because I got to be thinking about my trying to kill me.
Let's just get used to the language they use. How old are you?
Me, I'm 15.
You're 15 years old? I don't think it's too late. I hope it's not too late. But you know, there's no reason your life has to be over now.
It's not too late because I do think about it because I just had a baby.
You just had a baby.
And ever since I had my baby, I haven't been out there.
Jerry,
Okay. All right, I have to take a break. I may come back to you afterwards, okay? When we come back, how are we going to finally put a stop to all of this killing and violence? You're going to meet one man who says he has some solutions. Please stay with us. Welcome back. We are talking about gangs and guns and the children who are the victims of such gun violence. That's making up most of our studio audience, by the way. Joining us now is civil rights activist Niger Innis. He's the national spokesman for the Congress on Racial Equality, an organization that works toward finding solutions to the violence that is plaguing our country. Nigel, let's get to it right away. You've heard what is going on, and most of us sit back and say, they're not, I mean, I understand how they feel, but it isn't working. We just can't have a country where everyone's going around shooting each other. These people are going to be dead by next year. What are we going to do?
Well, first thing is you don't understand how they feel. You don't relate, you don't apologize, you don't alibi for how they feel. You know, I have to agree with the guy on the end. He said that, you know, people shouldn't be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the fact is, you were in the wrong place at the wrong time. You should not have been on that street corner. You should have been in jail rotting with the rest of the scum. That's number one. Now, that's important because that's part of the solution. It is important that these kids, it's important that America understands that these little thugs over here do not represent the black and Latino community. These kids out here do. There are too many government programs. Society spends too much time concentrating their programs, concentrating their endeavors on these guys and not these wonderful little black, Latino, and white kids you have out here.
But this fellow wants to go to school on Monday or whenever the holidays are over. He wants to go to school on Monday, right?
I got a solution for his
what's he
problem.
to do? He's carrying a gun.
All right.
Not now,
First
but
of all,
at school.
I don't blame this young man. I don't want him to carry a gun, but I don't blame this young man for wanting to protect himself, all right? But what I would do, all right, what we did in New York during the Roy Innis for Mayor campaign, he came up with a solution to the problem of violence in the schools. You separate these thugs from the schools. You have in certain schools, safety zoned schools, immediate search and seizure, not only at the front door, but throughout the entire school. So you have an environment where these little thugs know they can't carry around guns and drugs and weapons.
But the kids are being killed. I understand. But the kids are being, the girl who, the 13-year-old girl who was supposed to be on our show today, she was sitting in her home. The bullet went through the window. I mean, the kids that are being shot, and here in Chicago, we've had some terrible situations. They haven't been shot in the classroom. They're been shot outside on the sidewalks. I remember a couple of years ago when I was in Cincinnati. We lost a kid who was simply standing outside school on the sidewalk waiting for the bus. He gets killed.
Solution number two. The police and the community have to merge. It is very important for these young people out here, for kids watching, to know that the police are not the enemy. Yes, you have rotten apples in any barrel, but the police are your closest allies. And the community and the police department have to come together to fight against these guys, which are the common foe.
And he's saying bull.
It is bull.
Why?
Because you can't trust the cops.
I can't
I don't
trust you,
care if
pal.
you're a gay man or not. You cannot trust the cops.
I can't trust you. You cause more crime, you cause more harm in my community with my people than any cop that I know. See, it also starts, Jerry, it also starts with the younger generation, all right? You have to concentrate on, I'm glad you have this audience of kids.
Okay, well,
you have to start with the younger generation.
Okay, let's hear from someone.
You said you got family. What if your daughter gets shot by a bullet? Like you said, a bullet does not have a name on it. What are you going to do then?
I'm gonna make sure my daughter's not at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Oh, but how do you know? Yes. How do you know that? I mean, you know, you can't be with every second.
I know.
How would you feel if your daughter got shot by a game banger?
It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt very much because I love my daughter and I'll give my life up for her.
Well, you're not willing to give up your lifestyle for her, so why should we believe you're willing to give up your life for her?
Because I'm not gonna give my lifestyle up for nobody.
Not even your daughter?
Not yet. Not
Boy, I
until
hope
I'm
she's
ready.
not watching and hearing that. I mean, how would you like to be sitting home and the mother you love says, no, I'm not going to change my lifestyle for my son? Well, what kind of a role is that for your own child? You wouldn't change your lifestyle for your own kid? I mean, if you're not going to care about your child, who in the hell is? We're going to take a break. Can we save this country from all the violence? Well, we're going to talk solutions when we come back. Please stay with us. Yes.
I want to ask that guy right there why he arrived.
Why he what?
Why he be about?
What I be about, I don't think I should reveal that on national TV, player. You'll see me on the streets if you live in Chicago.
Well, you wearing your gang color?
That's right.
I mean, you're a Cobra.
I ain't no Cobra, player. You ain't hip. Get with the clip.
So I guess for a little translation here for those of us who don't understand the thing that's going on. He's asking you what gang you belong to, and he's suggesting that because of the colors you're wearing your Cobra, but you're saying he's wrong. Those aren't the colors of the Cobra.
I'm an insane deuce player. North side.
Ooh. As a kid, I belonged to the Mickey Mouse Club. Does that count? Go ahead. Yeah. All right, I was pretty tough. Go ahead.
If you could get out of gangs right now, would you?
No.
No, you wouldn't do it. That's
Well,
a fair question.
you know
If you
what?
didn't have to start into, would you?
I'm 23 years old, and I think my time's just about up. You know, I'm gonna try to work on this next year on leaving it, but it's gotta be slowly. You know, you just can't, bam, leave it like that. You know, you got to work on it and have support from your family. Right now, I'm getting that support from my family, and if it works out, hey, I guess this will be my last year in. But if it doesn't, I guess, you know.
Don't you know, though, that you're sowing the seeds of poison in your own community, with your own family? For every dollar you make off of drugs, you destroy how many lives out here? For every piece of profit that you make from dealing drugs, how many lives do you destroy? Do you understand that?
Help themselves. They shouldn't be buying the drugs.
No, you shouldn't be selling the drugs.
Why not? Everybody else selling them, so I might as well fill my
in
pocket
prison.
up.
And let me tell you, that is part of the solution.
All right,
I might as well fill my pocket before that other man makes the money. I finna clock it.
I want you.
Unfortunately, you're going to be in the ground.
Okay, you know what? I want you, Niger, I want you to talk to this fella here, and then we're going to get his question.
Okay.
But this fella is a young man, goes to school as he's supposed to, and he's got some fears, like everyone else does, about who's carrying guns to school. What do you say to him? I mean, I understand the policies you're talking about, running for mayor of New York and all that, but what do you say Monday morning when the kids go to school? What is this fella and all his friends supposed to do right now?
Before you say anything to him, you provide a safe environment within that school. You separate certain elements within that school. You send them to another school so that this kid can go to school, so that these kids in these schools can go to the schools and feel safe and do as well as they can.
Okay.
There ain't no
all right.
safe environment.
We're gonna, you know what? Because I promised you a question. We're going to take a break now. When we come back, I'm coming right to you for the first question, okay? Okay. A little bit later, I'll also have a final thought on what's going on with gangs and guns. Please stay with us. We'll come right back. Okay, we're back. I'm a man of my word. What's your question?
What if your daughter joined a gang and then she said she wanted to live the same lifestyle as you and she didn't want to quit? What would you do about it?
Well,
go ahead. Go ahead. Good question. Great.
This
Go
hand's
ahead.
got 220 pounds of pressure coming behind it. After she feels this smacking her in her behind, guarantee she'll change her mind. Because she's going to have her daddy there for her, like I did not have my daddy there to enforce it.
So in other words, okay, so you're in a gang because you didn't have a daddy to keep you out, is what you're saying. But if you know it's wrong for your daughter, why can't you tell it's wrong for you too? Okay.
One day I was coming home from buying a milk gallon, and these guys in a red car, they just came up to me, and three guys, they just came out the car with guns, and we were in front of a church, you know. Nobody would like to die in front of a church. And then they just came up to us, and they didn't shoot it at us, but they were saying, oh, King Killer, Cobra this, Cobra that. I'm like, you know, I don't be about anything, but who would anybody like that, you know? And just doing that in front of your face.
Well, you know what neighborhood you're in, man. You know where you're supposed to be at. I know it's in front of a church or wherever, but you know...
Wait, I need my...
That don't mean nothing, homie. You look like a gangbanger, man.
Yeah, but I was gonna go buy some milk.
It's
I'm not
too
a
bad. You
gangbanger.
should have went and bought your milk and went back home.
You look like a
gangbanger.
gangbanger.
Wait a second.
Nothing. The man sitting next to him looks like a gangbanger himself, too.
Look, man, the guy should not be a prisoner in his own community. He should
But we
not
don't
be a
know
prisoner
that.
in his own community.
He probably checked you. Did he check you? Am I right or wrong? Did he check you?
Do nothing. He was just laughing. If he was a man, he would have shot at me, but he didn't.
Well, then that man's a coward then.
Right, just like all gangbangers are.
Jerry,
Okay, yes,
this world,
go ahead, yes.
This world.
Shh, please, hold on.
Okay, this country does not belong to gangbangers, first of all. Secondly, the children that are growing up in this country are children such as the majority of these children out here, the children that are watching these programs, the children that do not join gangs, the children that have to live in dangerous situations because we as a society have become crazed with guns. We live in a country that in 1992, we manufactured 1.5 million guns. So we, too, must take responsibility to make changes in this country so that we do not allow people like this to grow up and take control of our neighborhoods.
We're going to take a break. I'll be right back. I normally thank my guests at this time for being on the show, but this time I also want to thank our studio audience made up of young people, and I hope the best thing we can do for you is to make our streets and our society safer, tamer, and I tell you what, you know, my heart bleeds as much as anybody's. Indeed, I wear the label liberal proudly, but that doesn't mean I'm stupid or that I think it's okay for people to do whatever they want and then be excused for their wrongdoing simply because they have problems, because life's been tough or they had a bad childhood. No more. No more excuses. No more, well, I'm into drugs, I'm in a gang, I carry a gun because I'm poor, or my mom's drunk, dad's gone, and I live in a tough neighborhood. Too bad. Nobody said life was fair. Even the good die young. Children die of cancer. Good people die in car crashes. Some folks have no families, no money, seemingly little hope. And surely as a compassionate society, we have to help out as much as we can. Indeed, I think we have a moral responsibility to do that. But in the meantime, none of these tough circumstances warrants the carrying of a gun with the attendant disrespect for human life that we've witnessed here today. No more excuses. You carry a gun outside your home, you go to jail. No chance for parole. No one under the age of 18, perhaps 21, should be allowed to own or possess a gun, period. Make it contraband. You possess a gun, you go to jail. First time, no parole, no probation. You sell a gun to a minor, you go to jail. First time, no parole, no probation. It's not the only answer, but it is a start, and we'll start with the kids. In fact, all this year I'm dedicating my efforts and the efforts of this show to eliminating gun violence in America. Every month, at least once a month, we'll do a show on the subject, and we'll post pictures of the children who were killed that week by guns. If television contributes to violence in America, I promise to use my time to lessen it. No excuses. Guns and kids, they don't mix, ever. I mean, how many deaths will it take till we know that too many children have died? The answer is not blowing in the wind. It's buried in our cemeteries. Till next time, take care of yourself and each other.
Jerry Springer's Wardrobe, provided by Ultimo, Chicago, Illinois.